What's going on, friends, artists, producers, everyone out there? I hope y'all are doing well. It's your boy Gabey, baby.
Ooh,
Back at it today with
Gabey
another Ableton Live
baby.
tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be setting up a really great template on Ableton for making beats. Some of the best advice I ever got was just to make a template and grow from there. So this template is going to help you get a really good start and increase your workflow a lot and help you be a lot more creative when you're making beats. So before we get into it, give this video a like, drop a comment down there if there's anything you want to learn. But let's just get right into it and open up a fresh Ableton, okay? So when you open up a new live set, it's going to look a little something like this. You're going to have your two MIDI channels on the side, two audio channels right here. For this tutorial, we're only going to be using 3 MIDI channels and 1 audio. First things first, you're going to want to load up your favorite VST that you're going to use to make a melody. So my favorite VST for melodies is Omnisphere. As you can hear, it has a really big range of sounds. Look at all these sounds. Look at that. Hundreds of thousands of sounds. I don't know about hundreds of thousands, but it's got a lot. So I love Omnisphere, so I'm going to leave that right there on the first channel. Also, you're going to want to throw an EQ on that because for most of your melodies, you're going to be wanting to do some sound design. But we're just going to leave those how it is because we don't know what sound we're using yet. We're just throwing the VST on there because this is our template. So second thing we're going to throw on is a drum rack. Now drum rack is great because you can throw all the different drums you want in there, like a clap or a hi-hat or whatever you want to throw in there, and then you'll be able to use and play each of those drums individually. Now while that's great, the best thing you can do to make a really versatile drum rack is to use the sampler. So what's really cool about the sampler is it has this feature right here called the zone. Now what's cool about the zone is instead of just playing one sound, you can put a bunch of different sounds right into this zone selector. So when you click and open it up, first thing that you can do is I can take all my claps and drag them in here. Now if I play them all at the same time, well, if I play one note, it's going to play all the claps together at the same time. And we don't want that. What we wanted to do is we want to be able to choose between all of these different claps and find which one that we think sounds the best. So the way to do that is you click right here on this thing that says select, or SEL, short for select. And when you right click on the blue right here, you click distribute ranges equally. Now what that's going to do is going to take each of these sounds and distribute it over the 127 available MIDI options there are. So if you know anything about MIDI, you know that it goes from 0 to 127. So there's 128 different MIDI options. So when you click distribute ranges equally, if I hit the middle C and move it, you'll hear that it's playing a different clap each time. Now that's really cool. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to take that sampler, oops, where is it? And we're going to drag that into our, can we put in the drum rack? Nah. Well, we're basically going to do that into our drum rack. So we'll open up the drum rack and throw the sampler over our claps. And we're going to do what we just did again. So open up the sampler, open up the zone, and drag all the claps into your zone. Click select right here, make sure everything's blue, right click, and click distribute ranges equally. And now since we have the sampler in our drum rack, what we can do is we can right click the selector and click map to macro 1. So now we have this macro over here that we can change and then change our clap. So we're going to rename that the clap select. Now we're going to do that same process with each one of our drums. So I'm going to drag a sampler onto our kick, throw all my kick drums into the zone. So open up the kick zone. Throw all your kick drums in there, blue, distribute ranges equally, right click, map to macro 2, and then here we're going to have our kick select. So if you change this, then you can play a different kick drum. I like these other kicks from the Sound God kit, so I'm going to throw these kicks that I like also into the zone. Make sure everything's highlighted, and then you can redistribute your sounds. So right click again, distribute ranges equally, and then it'll immediately change all your different kicks. So now we got a lot more sounds in here that we can play around with. Same thing, we're gonna do that with our hi-hats. Sampler, throw it on the hi-hats, and now we can throw all these hi-hats that we have into our new zone. So now what we have is a really, really versatile drum rack that we can easily play around with all these different sounds. So that's great, and we don't want to touch that. Last MIDI channel we're going to use right here, so we're going to use that for our 808s. So same thing, throw a sampler on there and find the 808s, bada boom. Throw them in, throw them in your zone. Find the 808s from the Baby Steps kit. My kit, Baby Steps, has all the 808s you're ever gonna need.
Ooh,
so
Gabey,
we can
baby.
right-click the blue and distribute the ranges equally. So now we can change just what kick 808 we're using. Is this a spins one? It sounds like a spins one. So we're gonna use this 808. And also what we're gonna throw on there is a glue compressor. So Ableton's glue compressor, it's really great because if you see right here where it says clip, it's gonna tell you right when your 808 starts digitally clipping. So once it crosses that point where it's too distorted, it's gonna clip. So you're gonna wanna turn that, click soft, turn on soft right there, soft clipping. So right when you start clipping, you'll see it light up. You want to drag it to right under that. Because your 808s, when you're making a trap beat or a hip hop beat, it's usually what you want to be the most kind of prevalent sound. So now what we got is a melody, a drum rack, an 808. And what I like to use this audio channel for, is just also for random melodies. So I'm just going to throw an EQ on that, and we can use that to kind of throw some layers on here. So now that we have a really cool template set up, a really basic template, how we can use this now to start making beats is set up a loop, set up a little 8-bar loop, and just start going crazy. So I'm gonna maybe just play with Omnisphere and then load up a sound over it. So let's just start recording. Oh, let's change this BPM. Ableton's default BPM is 120, and that's a little slow for me. So we're gonna crank that up to 150. Let's find a bell that we like, and then let's just start making a beat. That one sounds like trash. We'll take that little loop, double click, AU, give it a Command J, and then let's kind of keep it simple here, right? So now we can open up our drum rack and start drawing in where we want all these drums to be. And now remember, this doesn't have to be our last choice of hi-hat. This hi-hat doesn't sound very good with this instrument. So now that we have a drum drawn out, we can just go back into our macros and change it to different sounds that we like. I like those drums now, but I don't like this melody, so we're gonna delete that and throw a cool audio sample that we have. Where's the cool melody? Now we can go to our 808s. I'm gonna EQ out the low end from the melody. save that. Now remember, well, once you finish your template, save it. But once you have sounds like this in there, you don't really want to be saving it as your template. You want to save it as a new beat. So now you can just keep adding sounds and go from here. Well, we have a decent melody. We can throw some snare drums in here. Throw a little open hat. And here we want to filter out the low end of all of our drums. So now we're not talking about the template anymore, but now we're just building a beat from the template we used. So as you can see, once you make a template and throw your sounds in there, it's really easy to like experiment with new sounds, change up the 808. That's basically it. Once you have your drums loaded up, remember you can just use this sample selector to kind of change which sounds you want. You can throw new sounds in your audio, and you can throw more new melodies into your Omnisphere. That's basically it. Hopefully you can use those concepts to make your beats better. But yeah, y'all have a good one. If you enjoyed it, like and share this video, and send me some ideas for more videos. Thank you. Take care.